coming online a bit semester. We try as much as possible to examine some topics within the field of sociology of the family. We have examined series of topics. We this night we'll be looking at some of the theoretical frameworks that we examined from the beginning of the semester. One of the theories we looked at or we examined is social exchange theory of mate selection. Please, if you can hear me clearly, kindly signify because the network is a bit fluctuating and I can attest to the fact that the network is very poor. So please, let's just try to manage and do something little. Sorry for the inconvenience, please. But remember that we started by discussing generally the concept of mate selection, and one of the various theories we examined, like I rightly said, is the social exchange theory of mate selection. The theory is one of the major theories that people use in selecting mates in the society we find ourselves right now. And if we continue to me, I don't know about others, because people date for many reasons. People engage in mate selection for several reasons. And one of the reasons, or one of the, how will I put it? Well, one of the requirements that people make use of is the problem of cost and benefits. In fact, it is one of the problems that have created more issues for people dating, getting married, a lot of problems. Number one, remember that mate selection process is one of the important things we must consider before we get married. Social exchange theory itself provides a compelling framework for understanding mate selection. In fact, the proposition of this theory or the theme of this theory is that there are individuals that seek partners who offer them greatest rewards relative to costs, and essentially they approach relationships like a marketplace of assets and liabilities. That is how they see the dating pool. That is how they see mate selection process. And the importance of this theory lies in highlighting the rational, you know, and let me say, pragmatic aspect of human attraction. In a nutshell, it has to do with what we call cost and benefits. There are individuals who consciously or unconsciously, evaluate potential partners. And not that they just evaluate them, they evaluate them based on one or two things. They evaluate them on the basis of several factors. But what social exchange theory is talking about is that people evaluate prospective partners based on tangible resources like wealth, their social status, and possibly physical attractiveness. So, most people nowadays only, try to, how will I put it, they date on the basis of what they intend to gain and not what they intend to offer or add to the relationship. That is what social action theory of mate selection is all about. Now, people in some instances equally look out for things like companionship, emotional support, some forms of social skills, and importantly, this theory or this theoretical framework sheds light on how individuals are drawn to partners who maximize their overall well-being, and this mostly reflects a fundamental human drive towards self-interest. Most of the people who use social action theory of mate selection are people who fundamentally just want some kind of massive drive towards their self-interest. But the applicability of this theory is enhanced by several factors. Number one, if I said this theory's applicability is enhanced, at the same time, there are also factors that curtails this theory. In a nutshell, there are limitations to this theory. The basis of this theory is the fact that individuals just look for cost and benefit. Like, for example, like what most of us do, you spend, and as you spend, you expect one or two things in return. But there are instances where the situation is not always like that. There are people who still date for companionship. And one of the limitations of this theory is that this theory over the years has struggled to fully account for the complexities of emotions and the subjective nature of attraction. Attraction is subjective, and the entire issues surrounding emotion is complex. It is very complex, and it is difficult to understand. When you talk about love, when you talk about infatuation, these issues are deeply held values, which at times it often override some kind of purely rational calculations of rewards and costs. Number two, this theory just makes everything looks too simple about the dating process, because it oversimplifies the dynamics of long-term relationships. It is not everything that is all about money. It is not everybody that is so much interested. Please, those who are online, you can drop your questions in the comment section. You can drop your contributions in the comment section, please. Although I expect more than this, but I can only try my best. You people should understand. In fact, as I'm online right now, it's not that easy for me. I won't lie to you. I'm stressed out, but let's just see how far we can go. Yeah, this theory oversimplifies some of these issues because some relationships could be long term. Because it is possible that initial attractions may be influenced by perceived exchange. Yes, you see someone, maybe a man or a woman driving in a Range Rover, you know, clean, tush. You are attracted to the person somehow, but the attraction we are talking about here may be a yardstick, may be the beginning of the development of a serious intimacy. The fact that you are attracted to someone on the basis of their influence or affluence is not enough. Okay, Aruna Precious said I should repeat number 2. I said the second limitation of this theory is that it oversimplifies the dynamics of long-term relationships. Yes, because people may be attracted to you on the basis of your finance, on the basis of your influence, but it does not mean they do not mean well. Sorry, it does not imply they do not mean well. They may mean so well, but the initial attraction is on the basis of your appearance. Therefore, people may build a very strong intimacy. Some forms of commitment and shared history may transcend from them. Because as simple as cost-benefit analysis is, it is also very difficult to understand. Falun Alia said, please can someone in the comment section tell me the theory? We are examining social exchange theory, if you can hear me clearly. So, but furthermore, let's just say number 3. This theory underscores cultural and societal influences. Because what constitutes a desirable, reward may be heavily shaped by prevailing. Yeah, class, please. I am very sorry. It's the network issue, please. Please, I'm back. Those who can hear me clearly should please let me know. Please. Sorry for the interruption. So, as I was saying, someone said the last she heard was social norms and not only norms. Okay. Sorry, please. Sorry. So, I was talking about the fact that in most situations, what we see as cost and benefits may not necessarily look like what we think it is. Because what constitutes some kind of desired reward definitely will be shaped by prevailing social norms and expectation. Yeah, I know the network is bad, but the class will be there so that you guys can go back and revisit the class at the appropriate time. So, some of these limitations, for example, if you look at the fact that this theory overlooks the power imbalances within relationships. There is one partner that may appear to be gaining more than the other according to the person's objective assessment. Yet, the relationship may remain intact due to the factors, to the fact like, let me say somebody is scared of being lonely. Well, Olise Edwin said, can individuals under social action theory be attracted to mates due to emotional support and not just financial support? Because the theory said, I hope you are not catching emotional feelings for somebody. Anyway, let me quickly address that. The truth is that when we say cost and benefits, it may not necessarily be money at times. It's something that has to do with give and what and take. That is what it implies. It's not only focused on financial benefits, but the truth of the matter is this theory, if is to be applied to what is happening right now, it is mostly about finance. So, in conclusion, this theory offers at least, it's the network is fluctuating, so we just have to manage what we have here. So, like I said, this theory, whether we like it or not, offers very valuable insights into the initial stages of mate selection, because it places emphasis on the role or the various roles of let me say perceived rewards in attracting individuals to one another. But its limited capacity to account for emotions, because in every mate selection process there must be some forms of emotional attachment. The fact that this theory does not necessarily, Nigerian students, you are trying, we are also trying. In fact, it is not easy. And my entire body just dey hot, like say. So, because its limited capacity have refused to account for emotions, some kind of cultural requirements, and power dynamics. And social action theory is more or less a social, psychological, and sociological perspective, because it explains social interaction and relationships in terms of cost and benefit. So, within the context of mate selection, what this theory suggests is that individuals in most situations seek for partners who can offer them the greatest reward and the fewest cost in various aspects of life. This includes emotional support, like Olise asked. This also includes some form of financial stability and at the same time social status. So that is all about social action theory. But what exactly is the importance of this theory? I want you to pay attention to this. Number one, rational decision making. Because social action theory emphasizes that individuals make rational choices based on the perceived benefits and costs of relationships. This rational decision making or rational approach that I just made mention will help to explain why people prioritize certain traits like attractiveness or financial stability in their potential partners. Number two, reciprocal relationship. I'm highlighting the importance of this theory now the reciprocal relationship, because this social exchange theory highlights the importance of reciprocity. When I give, you give back. Successful mate selection process often involves a mutually exchange sorry let me say a mutually beneficial exchange, where you and I, or where both parties or both partners feel that their needs are being met. And this will definitely promote stability in our relationships, and it will provide us with some forms of satisfaction in the relationship. Number three is emotional and social reward. Beyond tangible benefits, this theory acknowledges emotional reward such as love, companionship, and support. In fact, these factors I just mentioned are very crucial and important. They play very important role in mate selection process because they influence individuals' choices based on emotional and social rewards. Because outside tangible benefits, this theory acknowledges emotional reward. I've said it, such as love, empathy, companionship, and support. Then number four, adaptability. As norms and economic conditions continue to change, social exchange allows for the adaptability of mate selection pattern, because individuals will have to reassess their criteria for partners to align with their evolving personal and societal circumstances. Problems such as economic downturn, like we are experiencing now, can be a cause. It will now shift gender role. Number five, let's be fast as soon as possible. Number five, the theory also encompasses how social groups influence individual mate selection choices. Most of you out there, you advise yourself on what and what to do. In fact, before you even take decisions, the best you do is to first contact your friends, and they come in for you as the case may be. Then also, you need to understand that, let me just list these limitations for you so that we can all find something to do. The network is very, very poor, and I am also struggling to be online because I know the exam is tomorrow morning, and whatever we can do right now is definitely going to go a long way in shaping our thoughts by tomorrow morning. Now, you need to get these limitations right. Number one of the limitation is emphasis on rationality. It places so much emphasis on rationality because it assumes that individuals entirely are rational they are rational in their decision making process, but that's a lie, because emotions, cultural factors, and other external influences may play a very significant role in mate selection. Then number two is complexity of human relationship. Human beings are not that predictable because human relationships are complex, and they can't just be reduced to simple cost benefit analysis, because factors such as love, passion, and shared values are often difficult to quantify. You cannot quantify love, you cannot quantify passion, because it makes it a challenging one to apply this theory to full mate selection process. Number three is cultural variation. Culture differs, individuals differs, we are from different parts of the world. What we do in our societies are very, so it's on the basis on what our societies are. Please class, well, there is nothing we can do as regards to this network. It's sad that we are experiencing this. Honestly, it is very sad. It is very sad. I was explaining cultural variations, and like I said, we have to understand the fact that Some of these issues are difficult to understand because of the nature and pattern of the various societies of the world that we find ourselves. Number four is neglect of what? Altruistic acts. This theory does not account for helping behavior, altruism, like we said in SOC 205, social psychology. You have to appreciate altruistic behaviors in relationship, because there are situations where individuals may choose partners based on selfless love or even based on selfless commitment, and they don't even consider this issue of what do we call it, cost and benefit. And most times this lead to outcomes that are challenging, and it can challenge the foundation of every relationship. Number five is short-term focus, because this theory considers immediate cost and benefit. It may not, in fact it does not adequately address long-term relationship dynamics, because evolution of love and commitment over time must be appreciated, and this will definitely change the perceived values of every relationship. So in conclusion, and as regards to this theory offers a very valuable insight, into mate selection process, by framing relationships as exchange of resources and support. Yet its limitations remind us that human relationships are influenced by myriad of factors or varieties of factors, and these factors include culture, it include emotion, it include individual circumstances, it include other personal experiences, and some of these things can complicate the simplistic view of this theory. It is very wrong to say every relationship is all built on cost and benefit. In fact, class, I can assure you now that we can enjoy our class, because they just restore power supply, and and honestly speaking, honestly speaking, I feel so I feel better now. You will agree with me that it is it is good that we understand both the importance and limitation of this theory, because it will always provide a more comprehensive and detailed view of how individuals select their partners. Lastly, I would like to examine almost everybody here is used to social media. Almost everybody here is used to social media. Therefore, I would like to examine the influence of technology on family interaction. The influence of what? Technology on family interaction. Class, if you can hear me well, please always signify, because I know the network is bad. Please, if you can hear me well, please kindly signify. The network is very bad, please. Okay. If you remember very well that class, please, if you can hear me, kindly signify, please. Kindly signify, please. Okay. We are trying to examine the influence of technology on family interaction, because you need to understand clearly that the family right now is not in the usual shape that it has always been, and some of these issues are as a result of the changing roles of the family as a social institution. It is okay to understand that over the years, technology has profoundly shaped how the family operates. And it would be unfair not to examine clearly what the family has done, what technology has done to the family as a social institution. It has advantages, and at the same time, it has what? Disadvantages. But I cannot say whether the advantages are far more than the disadvantages, or the disadvantages are far more than the advantages. Technology fosters communication. We should know that. And it has presented some kind of unprecedented avenue for connections, because it is okay to understand that things like video call that we are doing now, like this online class we are having now, over the years it was not there. The advantage of it right now is that you can see me, you can listen to me clearly, not until I get to the classroom with marker. Because this that we are doing now has been able to bridge geographical divides between you and I. The same thing applicable to the family. The same thing applicable to the family. Because technology has helped families to maintain relationships despite some kind of physical separation. Technology influences the family interaction, but it is a double-edged sword. While it offers powerful tools for connection and communication, it is also potential for distraction, and fragmentation of these problems necessitates some forms of conscious efforts that will make us cultivate meaningful face-to-face engagement and meaningful media consumption. What are now the positive influence of technology on family interaction? One is enhanced communication. Now we have instant messaging and video calls. WhatsApp is there, Zoom is there, FaceTime is there, YouTube is there. These allow family members, especially those who are living apart, due to work or study to stay connected in real time. And this will foster relationships and maintain emotional bond. Social media is there: Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, they're all there. Then it gives us access to information. Like what we are doing right now is a typical example. But let's limit this to the family, because family now have access to wealth of information and learning resources online. And some of these things can be used for shared educational activities. Also support networks. Number three is convenience and organization. You can schedule anything. And what about the negative impact? Face-to-face communication has reduced, because you remember the face-to-face communication is one of the is one of the characteristics of primary group, and family is a primary group. There is also distraction and disconnection. Smartphones and devices, most family members have now become distracted during shared times. Even when they are eating, they cannot talk about the family, what everybody is doing. They have carried phone, and this leads to lack of engagement and a form of diminished quality of interaction. Three, it has a very serious impact on parenting. As children spend more time online, they even become targets of bullying, or begin to have access to contents that are inappropriate, like what most of you look for online. And this will now create additional challenges for parents, because the changing family structure is becoming something we should all talk about. Technology can facilitate relationships outside the family unit, no cap, but it distracts the family bonds. For example, when you get excessively engaged with friends online or virtual communities, you will even have feelings of isolation at times. There is also what we call economic strain. The cost that is associated with the adoption of latest technology or device. Yeah. So, yeah. So, in conclusion, we need to. It's sad the network is very bad. It's sad the network is very bad. We can't do more than what we are. So, in conclusion, technology has both positively and negatively influenced family interaction. It has influenced family interaction, and we need to understand that despite that it has positively and negatively influenced family interaction, it has both positive and negative sides. Please, the network is bad. I think we have to reschedule this.